Hey, hey, Moss. Hi, everybody. Thought I was going to be late there for a minute. Oh, my goodness. All of a sudden, at the last minute, I had to go to the bathroom. I was like, no, I got to go live. I hope everybody's doing well today. Snowed in, not snowed in. Ah, it's not exactly warm here, even though I am in the desert. It's, for us, it's kind of chilly out there. So cloudy. Want to get with some rain, I think maybe. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention. I just, if I gotta go outside and it's chilly, you put a sweater on or a coat. Hmm. Just thinking, there's so much going on in this town this week. Wowee. You can't get a room in this town right now because of the gem show. Oh, I was going to download a background that was one of the one of the gem shows. They call it the gem show because at the convention center they do have an actual where you sit and they give you a presentation and all that kind of stuff, and then you go out and go to all the vendors and you can buy stuff there. But the rest of the town has tents and vendors in empty malls, empty, like strip malls, parking lots, motels. Every room, the motel is a different company selling a different stone or pottery or it's fascinating. Hi, Heather. Good to see you. Did you ever, when you lived up in Flagstaff, did you ever make it down here for the gem show, girlfriend? It's the 3 weeks that it goes on here. Tucson is an interesting place. It's fun to go to the really, like the well-known popular bars when this is going on, and everybody's healthy. Because you never know who you're going to meet. You can be sitting at a table and people behind you will be talking away and you'll hear some language you don't recognize at all and turn around and there'll be someone from Nigeria sitting with someone from Australia sitting with someone from Germany and they're all having a conversation about gems and I'm just like it's so cool. It's really interesting when you have the same focus. Hey, Spliffy. When you have the same focus and the same interest, doesn't matter where you're from, you can always talk. You can always have a conversation. So, yeah, Tucson's an interesting place to live, especially in the wintertime. Oh, my. And it all starts when the students start coming in to go to the university. Then October, the winter visitors start coming in, and our population almost doubles. So, yeah. And then April, they go, ooh, it's going to get hot. So April 1st, the winter visitors all leave before it gets hot. So, but it's funny, you'd be amazed at the winter visitors and jewelers that come for the gem show. I had a jeweler one time ask me directly, you mean you live here year round? People live here year round? Uh, yeah. We don't roll up the sidewalks when the temperature gets warmer because the temperature's beautiful in the winter. We only have like 3 or 4 months where it's just like ugh, hot. I couldn't believe it. And then I looked to see where they were from. They were from New Jersey. Where were they from? Newark. I was trying to think, was it Secaucus or Newark? We have a lot of people who live here from Secaucus, New Jersey. So no, it was some jeweler from Newark, and it was their first time here. You'd be surprised how many people back east from back east think that we're still fighting the Indians out here in covered wagons and stuff. I don't think they think that so much anymore um, with the internet, but it used to be pretty humorous working with tourists. Oh, good. Oh, good for you. I made 75 of them yesterday. Mm, they're not low dose, though. I have to confess to you all. Yeah, April Fools go away. I like that, Spliffy. Ouch. Um, I made really strong gummies yesterday because uh, I'm in a lot of pain today. I slept crooked because it was Saturday night. I don't know. I must have slept with a little bit of a twist in my back. And now I'm like, uh, Debbie Freebird Spirit was talking the other day how she's got to every once in a while put her knee up in the chair because it hurts so bad. So if you see me sitting like this, you'll know it's the only way I can get it to stop. Oh, Delta 8. Good. Delta 8 are great. Yep. They help a lot with PTSD. I know a lot of vets will not go to the VA anymore because they're they're going the green route instead. Um, and because it's not legal federally, it's not condoned by the VA. And that's really sad because there's a lot of vets that can really help that are using it anyway. It should be a part of their benefits. But it's kind of like the rest of us that are doing using it, you know, for medical reasons. It doesn't come on my insurance either. I'm blessed to be in Arizona though, because here as a medical marijuana user, it's my ring light eyes. It's classified as a over the counter medical expense. So I can write it off on my taxes. People do it every year. I know people that will go, they write it off on their taxes and time it just so they get their money for 420 for the 420 sales and go buy their whole year's supply. You know, 12, $1,500 worth on the during those sales. First time I saw somebody doing that, I was like, wow. And they're still under their limit that you could, you know, at one time. And now that it's recreational, it's different. I haven't wandered out since then to find out what it's even like because it became recreational during lockdown. So I do know they don't deliver recreational, they don't, but they do deliver the medical. I understand that one. Living situation. Hi, Janet. Good to see you. Yeah, it's a lot of us that are in iffy situations. I am very blessed. I my expenses here are pretty low. I don't have a mortgage, so I inherited this place. And it was paid for when it was purchased. So this house hasn't had a mortgage on it and God, my dad bought it in 1986. So, and I think that the lady that had it before that, she was 94. So I seriously doubt she had a mortgage on it. So who knows when there was has ever been a mortgage on this house? It was built in 52. So, yeah. Oh, move slow, and I'm fine. But no, yeah, I made those gummies real strong because as I was standing there over the stove stirring them, stirring the jello, hurting. I'm going, no, I think I'm going to add a little more. I'm going to add a little more. And next thing I know, I'm like, that's enough. When it's floating, when the oil is floating on the top as a jello, that means it's not going to absorb much more. Oh, oh my goodness. Any place, good places near me to rent? No, not in my neighborhood, unfortunately. I mean, there's some good places, but they're expensive. Um, Connie Brown was asking me this summer if there was anything over here by me because I'm so centrally located. This is a great area. Um, there's $1 million houses 1 block south of me. So, well, hell, it's across the street from me sold uh, just before Christmas for $569,000. So my house isn't worth that. I have a big lot though. See, the thing is in this neighborhood, it's an older neighborhood, so we're not on top of each other. Nikki, hey girl, good to see you. Enjoyed talking to you this morning. Oh, you know what though? Um, I'm thinking right in my actual there's it just really depends on the part of town you're in, but I think you're going to run into probably for rental. For a studio apartment's going to be $600 a month for a studio. If you want a 1 bedroom, you're talking right around $1,000 a month. That blows my mind. Last time I rented, it was $360 a month for a 1 bedroom apartment. Anyway, I used to work for a company that this is a real estate company that found apartments for people. Apartment locator company. You had to have a real estate license to do it. And so it's funny. So I used to know all the prices all over town. I can say that where the lower rent is, or the more reasonable rent is, you don't want to live in that part of town. Not safe. Not because it's bad to live there. It's that your neighbors aren't necessarily the safest neighbors to live around. So you wouldn't be helping yourself much. Besides that, I'm all the way across the country from you, lady. Okay. Wow. No, actually, the cost of living here is um, considerably lower than most places. That's why when that house across the street sold for that much, I was like, most of the houses in this neighborhood are in the $250,000 range, not $569,000. And that house doesn't even have a pool. And the house next to it has a pool, didn't sell for that much. 2 houses over from me on my side of the street, there's a pool, didn't sell for that much. Um, so yeah, it was beautiful inside, but not that pretty. I don't know. It's all walled in, got the, Spanish style hacienda. As a matter of fact, it has a plaque on the front of it with the name hacienda. I can't remember what they named it. It was hacienda something. I guess that really impressed the people who bought it. All I know is the rest of the houses on the block nowhere near that price. When you're buying a home, you're supposed to pay attention to that kind of stuff. But with housing prices being so out of kilter right now, that's why my neighbors sold the house in the first place. They made like $250,000 profit on it, and they only lived in it for less than 3 years. Most of the time they lived in it was during lockdown. And one of them was stuck here, and the other one was stuck down in Mexico because the border was shut. The border was closed. It was interesting. This for almost 9 months. He was stuck down in Mexico, which is where he's from. So, but So he was home visiting his mom, but, when you can't be with your family here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Um, my next door neighbor, just out of curiosity, stopped and checked. There's a big apartment complex over here northwest of me that's within walking distance of my house. And he thought they've got tennis courts and all that. And he thought, I'll just check and see because he's thinking about selling. And that's where he found out studio apartments were 600. Next time he went, they were seven. And then the next time he went, one bedrooms were 1,200 a month. And he went, my house is paid for. All I have is property taxes and utilities. Why am I thinking about moving? You can sell your house, but you can sell your place, but then you got to get somewhere else. And if you don't buy up, the IRS comes after you for, for the income. So the way I'm looking at it is, hey, my expenses are low. My house is paid for. Why would I go anywhere? Why would I sell it? I do want to do the van life though. Just, you know, to get out of here in the summer. If nothing else, just go hang out in the mountains in Arizona all summer. Beautiful in the mountains here. Warm, but yet not 105 to 118. That's Tucson. Phoenix gets hotter. You can pay me to live in Phoenix, thank you. That's like living in Los Angeles with extreme heat. No, it's just lots and lots of people, freeways, traffic, cement. So it keeps getting hotter. The more things they build, the hotter it gets in that valley. So I'll take it in. Tucson's elevation is higher, so it's a little cooler here. We have more saguaros because of the elevation. I'm sure that my picture behind me here, I'm sure that has to be Tucson. I thought it was really cool because it has the sun and the moon both. Really cool. Plus it's my colors. It's my colors. Oh, oh, I'm sorry, hon. Oh, and then did you get dumped on with snow too? I mean, half the United States just got buried last night, so the last 2 nights. That doesn't help, you know. You got the light deprivation shit. Phoenix is becoming uninhabitable. Yeah, according to some people. Won't stop people from moving there though. And won't stop them from building golf courses. And where there are golf courses, people will move to. Makes lots of sense to me. Put in acres and acres of grass in the desert. But hey, they do it in Palm Springs too. Um, yeah, I know that from growing up in the snow country, uh, when you got months and months and months and months of snow or cloudy weather, doesn't help your depression any. Oh, okay. You gonna get lake effect snow though? Spliffy. I couldn't believe that picture you showed me of your car. What'd you get? 12 inches? Did you get a foot last man? And you had been out too. So it's not like your car had been sitting there all day and then all evening and then all night because you went to the keg. That's funny. Not really, but I mean, hey, like you said on your live stream yesterday, it's time to hunker down, and get all the stuff you want to cook, and get out your coloring book and your colored pencils and turn on the music and the TV or whatever you enjoy. Find the time to do the things you want to do at home. More to come. Yeah. It's can't decide whether it wants to be clear or not here. It is a little windy again today, and usually when there's wind, "Hey, Harley, good to see you." When there's wind here, it's kinda chilly, so and not you guys is kinda chilly, but for me, hey, finger paint, yeah, there you go, finger paint. There's a lot to be said for the old-fashioned kinda cut and paste, too. Paper collage is a lot of fun. Go through old magazines and, "Ooh, this is a cool picture, I wanna put this in," and next thing you know, I love, like, the artwork where you see the giant pictures of people's faces and their little bitty pieces of magazine photographs, and it does all the shading and stuff of famous uh, people, certain artists. Oh, wow. I'm not that detail oriented. I can be. I fight it because I don't wanna go down that rabbit hole. Haven't painted your fingers in a while? I need to paint my fingernails. I can't sit up long enough to do them because of this stupid back. Hey, all because of a spinal tap. My kidneys decided to quit once, and they just wanted to make sure that because I wasn't making any sense when I talked. "Ah, hi, Moss, you leaving? Love you, thank you for being here, friend. You stay warm too, my friend. Where you're at is cold. I saw a video of the snow you got over. Take care of yourself, my friend." Yeah, um, when my kidneys failed, that was I wasn't making sense when I was talking. They'd ask me, "Who's the president?" Obama was the president at the time. "Hi, Ron, good to see you." And then they're going, uh, "Who's the president?" I'm going, "Uh, uh." And in my head, I'm going, "Obama, Obama." And it's not connecting. I'm going, "Why won't you say it?" And I'm thinking that to myself, "Why won't you say it?" So they thought I was getting meningitis. So to rule it out, they did a spinal tap. They let an intern do it. This is at the university. They let an intern do it, and instead of hitting the space between the discs, he kept hitting the vertebrae instead of hitting where the disc was. So every time he'd poke it and do that, it oh, thank you. Yes, it's tomorrow, and yours is Saturday? Sunday, the 6th, right, Ron? Happy birthday to you. Early. Us Aquariuses, hey. We're fun people to figure out, aren't we? Yeah. The that was just really strange. "Well, do you know where you're at? I could get out the." "Yeah, I'm in the hospital. I'm in the hospital." "What hospital?" Uh, uh, and my mind is screaming at me, "UMC, what's wrong with you?" So, but every time, "Hi, Chandelier, good to see you." Wow, everybody's here. Yeah, every time they'd poke through, you have a sheath around your spinal cord that it protects it, and all the fluid runs through, and you know. Well, every time they'd poke that, it would damage it. It would cause a little bit of a scar. Well, I think he tried 3 times before the doctor finally took over and did it. Oh God, that hurt so bad. Woo! My birthday's tomorrow, Heather. I'll be 6 well, 64. At 1:15 tomorrow afternoon, I'll be 64 years old. Also tomorrow, big show tomorrow night, 4 o'clock Pacific. I have 3 guests. I'm doing coming, going live, coming, going. I'm going live. We're going to have a discussion on flow. All my life, I have heard, get in the flow, stay in the flow, be in the flow. And it dawned on me. Spirit kind of tapped me on the shoulder and whispered in my ear, some people don't know what the heck you're talking about. Get in the flow. What the hell is flow? Besides some woman. Some women. Anyway, so I have 3 guests. I have Sonia Rain Lee coming. She will be here. I also have Shining Hawk Healing, Tony. And I have Sienna Rose from Sienna Rose Metaphysical. And the 4 of us are going to be discussing flow. What it means to be in the flow and what it means when you're not in the flow. And my part is to actually show you. So, woo, I've got goosebumps. Should be a really interesting conversation, open discussion. I don't know if we'll do any card reading or not. All of us are card readers. You guys know them. You know who they are. And I am so honored and so excited to have those 3 beautiful women as my guests. Just blown away. They were like, oh, sounds like fun. Yeah, count me in. So, yeah, we've been working on it. Well, me and my fibromyalgia and then the moons and then we've just kind of been trying to balance it out and pick a day. So I went, let's do it on my birthday. And then when we're done, when we're all through and we are in the flow, we can celebrate. Let's have this open, fun discussion for whatever afterwards. So yeah, I'm real excited about that. That'll be at 4 o'clock Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh, I love Sonia. She and I've become quite good friends. And Tony from Shining Hawk Healing, such a lovely, lovely person. Sienna Rose. I've been following her since she started. That girl. And how much she has grown. I remember when she got her first super chat and it was $100. It made her cry. It's a video. I think she still got it up. So I know she doesn't mind me telling you the story. Yeah. Very beautiful, beautiful, lovely ladies. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Oh, and it's definitely bring your questions, you know. Um that's what the whole purpose is for newly awakening people. Basically what Spirit told me, there's a lot of awakening people. And there's a lot of people that you know that constantly talk about that topic of flow. But we're kind of assuming that everybody kind of knows what it is. And new people that are awakening don't know what you're talking about. So you are? No way. You're not over 70, Heather. Wow. Hey, you. Yes, of course I'm reading today. Always have the rebel cards. And I have, whoop, excuse me while I turn off the green screen. Turn off my background. There we go. Hi. So I can read. You can't see. You can't see stuff. If it's green, you can't. It's gone. If it's green, it'll be the background. But anyway, I'm using the Earthcraft today and Rebel deck today. I thought, and not quite ready yet to do the food ones, but I think that the food ones are going to be really good to use on this show every week for you guys who don't quite know what you're going to do for dinner yet. Because that's the whole purpose of the cards in the first place, believe it or not. I'm reading a book. Yeah, I'm reading a book. You got the cards. Cards right here, Ron. Oh, I love it. So I take it, you want a card. Mr. Spliffy. Anybody else? I'm marking you. I'm starring you. That is such a cool feature. Makes things so much easier. I was like here with my pad and pen, and I still would miss people. I still miss people, but that's because I'm flapping. Ouch, flapping my jaws. Spliffy. Anything in particular you want me to ask, Spliffy? Spliffy. Oh, that's a nice card. Ooh, Fern. It's a good thing I turned off the background. Lots of green in these cards. Fern is a card of growth. About life. Look at all the spirals. You know, when you talk about fractals, the first thing I think of when somebody mentions a fractal, I think of a fiddle of a fern. You know, the fiddle part of the fern. It's a spiral, and it's a fractal. The basic fractal. It's also a sacred geometry symbol. Besides the fact that I believe all indigenous tribes of the whole world, whether they're European or what, European or Fijian, all look at life in as a spiral. Matter of fact, like the Mayans even looked at time as a spiral. For some reason, we are the ones who look at time linearly. Time is not linear. And it's crazy because our whole movies, beginning, middle, end, linear, you know? Yes. Ooh, woohoo. I was doing this earlier. Before I go live, I sit here and shuffle because it's really calming for me. I don't know why. But Spliffy, that's all about newness. I know you got some stuff coming up that's new for you. Maybe it's telling you to look forward to that. Going to be a process to get there. But everything that's worth having is a process. Spliffy's going to have a couple major surgeries, as in brain surgery, one, and knee surgery. Get at both ends here. Could be worse. Could be your foot. Oh God, no, not your foot. But yeah. So next couple months are going to be definitely one to look forward to. And for those of us in here, like Ron and Heather and Janet and so on, we'll be praying for you. We'll be holding space for you. Hey, Kathy G. We'll be holding space for you. So, and I'm relying on you guys that are from New Zealand. Hi, Bubs. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 8:34 in the morning. I think, wow. And you know what? It's my birthday in New Zealand right now. I hope you're celebrating for me, please. My birthday's tomorrow. Welcome, Bubs. Welcome. I love it. This is great. Anybody else want a card? Yeah. Yeah, no, I sit and shuffle because it's calming. Thank you very much. I've always wanted to go to New Zealand. Someone asked me the other day, well, if you're going to leave the United States, where if you wanted to live anywhere else but the United States, like you got to run away, where would you go? I'm going, New Zealand. I didn't even hesitate. It was like, didn't even think of anywhere else. Yeah, I love that whole, mm, anywhere where you've got ferns that grow to trees. Hey, considering I'm just talking about the card fern. Oh, hey, Heather wants a card. Any particular question you'd like me to ask, or you just want a message from spirit? And I got the obnoxious cards too, don't forget. You want to giggle. The Oracle with Attitude. That's me. I kind of consider myself an oracle with attitude. Hmm. That card wanted to come. Another green card. A lot of love in here today. Get the ivy. It's kind of funny. You know what? I asked, is Heather going to get a new place to live? And this is telling me, yeah, it's a new place, but it's an old place. So when I see ivy growing, I know how hard it is to get rid of. And it always seems to grow on really old buildings and big trees but she's young and she's beautiful, so I see you're going to a new place, but it's an older building, maybe? Or, hey, Stony Crow! Or maybe it's somewhere you guys lived before, like Flagstaff or Jacksonville. But yeah, I would interpret that as you're not going to be where you're at for long. Oh, Renee made it. I love it. Hey, girl. Good to see you. I'm all purpley today. Yeah, I'm all purpley. I'm a purple girl anyway. You know me. Good to see you, my dear. Okay. Oh, no problem, Bubs. This is a comfy place, a safe place. Relax. No pretenses here. That's for sure. We talk about lots of different topics. So, Bubs gets a card. Do you have a particular question you'd like me to ask, or would you just like a general card? That was a terrible shuffle. There we go. I'm still waiting for somebody to be brave enough for a rebel card. Okay, card. Anything. Okay, message from Spirit for Bubs Grant. What does Bubs need to know today? Wow. I got goosebumps. Whoops. Sorry. Throw it at you. The shift. Hey, greeter. Oh, my goodness. Good to see you. Wow. Welcome. Bubs. You feeling the shift? Wow, this goes with the topic for tomorrow. He's standing in water. He's strong. He's verily standing in water. And the water is just flowing up through him. But that's because it's feeding him life, and life is flowing through him. And this is the shift we're all about to feel. It is actually happening. We're changing. The energy's flushing things out of us. My goodness. That's a gorgeous card. Hey, Debsy. Wow. It's an amazing card, Bubs. I see lots of transformation there as well. And letting go of the past. That's what the leaves. Whoop, get on this side. Getting used to the backward stuff. The leaf represents letting go of the past. This is your transformation. New beginnings here at your back. Oh my goodness. And look up here. The sun is shining in your face. What a great card. Wow. Oh. Any that I, that gave me goosebumps. Hey Faye, how are you? Oh, God bless that. You know, yeah, you've got nothing but the world ahead of you. You got the monkey off your back. That's the new beginning behind you. Greeter is gonna go for a rebel card. Okay. That's awesome. So that is definitely a very good card for you. Your life's turning around. It's definitely shifted. more than enough. I hope it continues on that too. Doing okay today? You know, you are intuitive, my dear girl. I have a very sore back. I sit it kind of cockeyed too because of it. Ouch. And I even have a back brace on, but hey, I'm okay. Yeah. It was like, no, we're not going to stand up in the shower. Sitting in the shower is hard enough. So the hair went into ponytail, and throw on a hat. You know how that goes. Hey, lately for my live streams, it's been all about hats lately. I have a light pole right here. It's kind of nice for a hat tree. Quick costume change. Okay, rebel card for Teresa Cole. You're very welcome. Oh, that. Hey, you guys. Holding space for Bubs. We want him to get those kids back too. You know, I just feel like it's a good thing. It's going to happen for you. Oh no. Not fun, Stony. I'm sorry. Well, you already had it once too, didn't you, girlfriend? Yeah, I can't. I from taking care of my 90s. Well, my mom was 97 when we put her in a home. Um, I have all that kind of equipment, the bars and the seat and the hand. I have a hand rain shower head. They work best when they're way up high. Soaks your hair really fast. You get out of there in a hurry. Because when my back is hurting, yeah. I have the condition I was kind of explaining to you what it is. I had a spinal cord, I had a spinal tap, and it was a botched one. And every time they would puncture the sheath that goes around your spinal cord, it damaged it and caused scar tissue to happen. When that happens, it can build little fine blood vessels, finer than a human hair, and they grow like a spider web. No reason to them. Um, and when it flares up, and it's an itis, arachnoid itis. Yeah, I have spiders in my back. But when it acts up, right at the moment, one of my legs is about an inch shorter than the other, and I can't hardly bend over. And when I do bend over, I can't hardly straighten back up again. So yesterday was fun. I stood and made gummies. You know, it was like, but I made 75 of them and I proceeded to eat a lot of them despite the stuff I spilled and all that stuff. And you know what? My back didn't hurt at all last night, but I wasn't feeling much of anything by that point. I have Percocet for this, and I refuse to take it. It makes me sick to my stomach. That feels great when your back hurts. Okay, we need a rebel card. Woo-hoo. Yeah, I'm not taking the one that falls on the floor. Spillage. You have back pain too, huh, Bubs? You know what? You're not the only one. I'm listening to a couple other card readers this morning that were talking about their backs were bothering them. I'm thinking it has to do with astrology. It's the planets. Well, Katie, oh, and I'm good I did that because that's one of the filler cards. It doesn't. Don't forget it. Free reading. Advertise. Greeter. My sweet friend. You are the best thing that ever happened to you. Go easy on your ass. Buy your own damn drink. Oh, Stony. One of the kids brought it home, huh? Yeah. I also get sciatica. I have fibromyalgia, so hey, I get pain in screwy places. I wake up for no reason that way. Yeah. I mean, I was sitting like this a minute ago and I'm laughing, going, Debbie, day before yesterday. It's got to be. I was watching Z Queen last night and she was talking about, hi, Tony. Welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, I was watching Z Queen last night and she was saying that to protect your, actually, so was Una right now. It is something astrological that if your tendons and your bones and your muscles and stuff are feeling strained, don't push it because it could be bad. So I've been laying around. Yeah. Yes. Back, butt, and thighs. Both. Oh, I love it. That's funny. Anybody else want a card? I love this. This is so cool. I'm glad you like that. I know you've had many of these. You're like super mod lady. You and Ron and Sharon. Sharon's usually in here too, but she's might. Words are hard. She might be over moderating on someone else's channel. On Wednesdays, I noticed there's quite a few. When I picked this time, it was just me. There wasn't anybody else. You can't, we're all, there's so many now, we're all booking on top of each other. So, yeah, see, weather. And here it can't decide whether it wants to be warm or cold. So that messes with my fibromyalgia. So, hey, at least we're all in this together. Now I don't feel so bad having to sit with a knee up and a knee down. My nose itches. I think I have a cat hair tickling my nose. I don't know where that would have come from. Two big ones. Two big fluffy ones. So, anybody need a card? Anybody else want a card? We were doing rebel cards a bit ago. Oh, I know, Spliffy. I've had one disc removed in my neck from a car accident. I have a fused C5, C6 in my neck. And I lived with that disc herniated. Tony wants a card. Okay. I lived with that disc herniated for like 10 years. And if I would have been in another car accident or something, hit from behind or fallen down, I could have been paralyzed. I was mad because when I got in the car accident, they did a full spinal x-ray and they didn't catch it. Ouch. Fell on the ice in 2009, then lumbar spinal fusion 2 years later. Definitely have some permanent damage. It fixed what was going on with my neck, but then I had renal failure, and that was caused by a medication. And they thought had meningitis, so they did the spinal tap, which caused the arachnoiditis, which gives me more problems than fibromyalgia ever does. And I've lived with fibromyalgia since they thought all fibromyalgia people were hypochondriacs. You don't hear that word very much, do you, anymore? We found out that it was a real thing. It wasn't just in women's heads. Because, they found it in men and children, too. Why don't they believe us? Ladies, why don't they ever believe us? Oh, Kathy G wants a card too. Awesome. So nice to be able to star that. Tony, card for Shining Hawk Healing. Oh, wow, lady. That is going right up. Ooh, I got touched by an angel with that one, hun. Number 10. Stony wants a rebel card. I had goosebumps. Sorry, I had to kind of recover a little bit here. That is you, lady. I'm looking at all the green and all the purple and all the blue and the newness in the eggs in the nest. And you got, I mean, there you got kind of a turquoisey in this blue, in this green. So there's your throat. All the chakras are in this card, including the higher ones when we start getting into white. I see great things. Wow. Breathe that in, Tony. You in with the flow, hun. I told everybody about our collaboration tomorrow. Oh, wow. Kathy G, is your spine bothering you too today? That's gorgeous. That's a beautiful card, Tony. You're so welcome. Wow. It fits the lady. Let me tell you. I loved your message on Instagram today. Yeah, I was bragging. Huh. That's from Friday. I posted a picture of my pot plant, my marijuana plant. And Tony's like, now you're just bragging. Wow. Yeah, I'm bragging. Oh, that's funny. You're very welcome, dear. Okay, next is Stony Crow wants a rebel card. They're right here. Give me a good card. And for Stony the Rebel. Stony's a friend of mine. I've known Stony for like 4 years now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. They're all landing in my lap again. These are slippery. Ouch, because they're new. Oh my god, I can't hardly pick them up. Oh, those two are just going to have to stay there. No, I'm going to take that one. You need a big fucking hug. Squeeze. Oh, that's not a bad card at all. That's a good card. And you do need a hug if you're feeling poorly. Again, 5 years. Wow. Yeah, I guess it has been, huh? Gee. And where did we meet? Right here on YouTube. Oh. Oh, Faye wants a card too. You want a rebel card or do you want a Earthcraft, Faye? Rebel cards crack me up. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? I'm looking for my stars. Ah, we did greet her. We did Stony. There was one after Stony. Kathy G. Of course, you need a card. Kathy gets a card every week. Kathy, do you want Rebel card or do you want Earthcraft? I'll give you a choice. Whimsy Creek Art. Wow. Hi. Oh my goodness. It's been a long time. 5 years. Oh my gosh. Goodness me. You want Earthcraft. Okay. Kathy G, what do you want? I'm marking. Would you like a Rebel or... Oh, Rebel, yes. Yes, for Kathy G. Rebel card. Yeah, 2017. I was thinking 2016, 2017, right around there. Yeah, because Trump had not been elected for very long. Rebel card for Kathy. Kathy? You're giving too many fucks. Give 0. Are you caring too much, Kathy G? That always cracks me up, that one. And Faye wants an Earthcraft. You're giving too many fucks. Give 0. Isn't that funny? You know, it is sad. And when you meet your twin flame, you will not like each other the first time. You will repel each other if you're not ready to be with your twin flame. When you come back again, and you may come back again many, 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 many times over many lifetimes. You only have one twin flame through your whole existence. Many soulmates. So, I've always been looking for my twin flame. I'm going, that guy drives me crazy. Is he my twin flame? Nope. I exemplify those cards. Yes, I do have the cards with the Josephine Wall artwork. My old standby. I believe they're in a box here. I have to dig for them though. But yeah, actually, I have another card deck that has Jody Bergsma also, and that box is getting worn out. It's been used so much. I'm actually going to have to glue the box back together. I bought a bunch of the velvet bags for my cards. They don't protect them very well. Will you find love this year? Sure. Okay. Earthcraft card for Faye. Spirit of the East has come forward. kind of fitting. Looks like a snowstorm swirling around, doesn't it? People trying to soar, trying to move around. You've got this, but stay safe and stay home. You've met Jody Bergsma? I love Jody Bergsma. She's one of my favorite artists. I actually did a diamond painting of her dragonfly, one of her dragonflies. Yeah, um, Faye, the feathers are you're trying to soar, and I know you are. We're all working in here doing the soar stuff, trying to get it going, get the soar. I also see there's a lot of flow going through here. It's in the spiral. It's in, you know, the air movement. Feathers only work with the flow of the air. So the spirit of the east is telling you to go with the flow. Get in the flow, girl. If you want to soar, you have to get in the flow. Come back tomorrow, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, 7 o'clock Eastern, for our discussion on flow. I have 3 guests. One of them is Shining Hawk Healing, who was just in here, Tony. Um, we can talk about flow. I'm going to show you what it's like to be in flow and show you what it's like to not be in flow. That's pretty easy, actually. Snowing. Oh boy. Illinois getting snow again. Yeah, I would like to go to Josephine Wall's gallery in England. Oh, oh. You think of your dad? Well, that's cool. Okay. Next person is. Okay, may I have another card, please? Will I find love this year other than love of my children? Ooh. Will buds find love this year? Companion love? Yes. Let's see what we can do here. Well, that's why Jody Bergsman's so good with her dragons and her dragonflies and her dragons and her, yeah. This is from Pacific Northwest. There's Tony. She's still here. Okay. Little buds. Find love this year. Let's change that. Will buds find true love this year? Yes, 7 p.m. Eastern. Right here. Find true love this year. May seem like a mountain. Maybe going through changes this year. All of us, the whole world is. But I also see Your love lies sleeping. She's in the flow. I can't believe all the green in these cards today. It is a very green deck anyway, but that just tells me there's so much love right here, right now. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. It's wonderful. Keep it up. Yeah. No, see, her hair is even is a part of the flow. It's a part of the energy coming from the sun that's warming that water. So, yeah, yeah, fighting for your children is climbing mountains. But I think that there's a woman waiting. There's someone there waiting. There is a gentle spirit waiting. That's a gorgeous card. Wow, Bubs. Yeah, you're going to meet someone very special. I think it's up to you whether uh, how far you take it. There's someone waiting that's going to be very influential in moving that mountain, which is your kids. Pretty awesome. Say, I just asked my pendulum if my husband and I are twin flames and if we have been together for many lives. What did it say? What'd you get? What was your answer? What, I don't want to be nosy. Yes! That's a solid yes. Awesome. See? Um, when the timing is right to be together with your twin flame, you can never find anyone more comfortable to be with because it's like being with your other half, literally your other side. When you get to have a lifetime where you get to meet each other, that's awesome because most of the time your twin flame is on the other side of the veil as one of your spirit guides. Oh, you guys are still talking about Jody Bergsma's gallery? I love it. Hey, I gotta get up there. You know what? I was supposed to be in Longview, Washington this week, but this thing called Omicron kept me home. So I was gonna come and meet you, Stony. I know Longview's the opposite end of the state from you, but um, hey, we had the week. She took the week off. My best friend, and she's basically my twin from a different mother. We're 12 hours apart in age, and we've known each other since we were 18 years old. So she took the week off to celebrate our birthday together. And now, though, we're going to do a cruise or something super special next year because, yeah, I only turned 65 once in this lifetime. And next year's the big 6-5. So we got to do something wild, really wild. Yeah. Um, you ran around in different circles and you met anyway. Yeah, it's really interesting how that happens. We're like a magnet to each other, but yet at the same time, if it's not meant to be, you can't figure out what the hell is drawing the two of you together. And if it's not, the way I've always learned it was if in your joining together, someone else gets hurt, it won't happen. So if you're having an affair with someone, they're not your twin flame. Someone's going to get hurt. So that's kind of, I always looked at that as kind of an interesting little twin flames, very complicated. I'm writing a novel about a twin flame love relationship where they're going through the tug of war. And yeah, I've been writing it for like hmm, 5 years. Not easy. And part of the reason why it's not easy is because the story isn't coming from me. I get it in the nighttime. I get it in a dream in the nighttime. I sleep with my iPhone, literally with the pop socket in between my fingers in my hand because I never know when the inspiration for the book hits. I have to dig because when it comes, it is literally a download, and the story's happening. It's playing like a movie in my head, and it's happening so fast. I've actually had to ask to please slow it down because I can't dictate it into my phone fast enough. Then it takes me weeks to figure out what the hell am I trying to say in the dictation because please comes out pizza and period is not the dot. It's spelled out, you know, because my phone isn't trained for voice to text. But yeah, it's because when I get inspiration for the book, it comes from Archangel Gabriel. And I haven't heard anything in a while on it, but I haven't asked either. So, um, last year in November for the National Writers NaNoWriMo, I worked on it till the story stopped. It's really weird how it's working. But I did get to see the sex scene in my head. Putting that into words is always fun because that's the kind of writing that I do. Um, I'm an adult contemporary romance writer. So uh, I write 50 Shades of Grey kind of stuff. Only I don't write about BDSM, but I'm just saying I write erotic, kind of erotic stuff. So, hey, I only live once. No, I didn't do it this year either. I was too busy doing a YouTube channel, making videos for YouTube. Whimsy, I've been doing this a while now. I started in July. I've got over 40 videos in my up there now, and that doesn't include the party streams that are still in private that are on my channel from before. Oh, Inagata Devita was a download? Yes. Yes, I knew that the name of the song was supposed to be In the Garden of Eden. Well, actually, that's what it is. Um, that's like yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here, Whimsy. It's been a long, long time. Faye, I have oh, let's see if I can get that up here. I have a tattoo on my foot that says Octa non verba, and it means ouch, actions, not words in Latin. Because I'm a writer. I know the power of the word. I need to be reminded ever so often that you're not just judged by what you say, you're judged harsher by what you do, and even more harshly by what you do not do. And it's my only tattoo so far. I have one planned when I win the lottery. Because it's full back, top to bottom, from like here, almost front, shoulders, all the way down to my cheekies. Angel wings and down my spine is Celtic knots. So it looks like the Celtic knots are holding together the wings to my back. Like, I'm not really an angel, but I tie them on. Oh, but yeah, it's a couple $1,000 for that kind of a tattoo. Um, I have a friend who designed it. She's no longer alive. She's the one who did my tattoo on my foot. You know, she did that with it. She drew that on with a ballpoint pen. Did it from start to finish in 2 hours. While I sat with a worry stone, squeezing the crap out of it every time it hurt. I never made a peep, never shed a tear, but I almost broke my worry stone in half, squeezing it between my thumb and my index finger every time she'd hit a spot that hurt. I picked the top of my foot on purpose because it is such a painful place. I'm like, hey, I'm a fibromyalgia warrior. I'm not afraid to get tattoos on my ribs or the backs of my hands. God, many IVs as I've had in the back of my hand. People go, aren't you afraid of needles? No, I'm a cancer survivor. I had chemotherapy without a port every 3 weeks. They stick in a great big needle in this vein right. I have a really big vein right there. That's really good for it. So that's where they did it every 3 weeks. It just get healed up, and here we go again. Yep, party streams. Those were fun. I miss those days. 3/4 of us now don't even talk to each other that used to be in those panels that were good friends. And it's really nice, Stony, to be in a group with Faye and the people that you're seeing in here, a lot of them. Um, my Tarot Love community, we support each other. We build each other up. We are there for each other. We have a website even, and it's all the dream child of this wonderful woman named Renee, who wanted a place to go to. She's a lot of card readers that she'd see on YouTube, and she needed a TV guide to know who was going to be on when. So she decided she's going to create a website for us to keep track of that and to have a safe place to chat with each other and where you don't have invasions of trolls and people that are out to make you uncomfortable. So, yeah. Nah, you know, it's funny because with the tattoo, after a while, you reach a point where it gets numb and then it stops being numb. And every time they hit that spot, it hurts. But that's only because it might be an area where it's shading and they got to go over it and over it and over it. Something like that. I have a lot of tattoo artists that are friends that are tattoo artists here in Tucson. As a matter of fact, my friend that did my foot, she died of breast cancer. She was one of the 3 original tattoo shops in Tucson in the 1980s. She's an internationally known tattoo artist. She won lots and lots of awards. I was very honored to know her. She had a tattoo shop in Playa Jaco, Costa Rica, where she lived 9 months out of the year, and the other 3 months she worked out of an office and out of her home here in Tucson. So when it was the rainy season in Costa Rica, she'd like book out of there. She's like, unless you want to wake up sleeping with an iguana and your bed soaked, uh, go home. So she'd come up here where it was dry. So bless her heart. I miss her. But I'll miss her a whole lot because she's here. She's always here. Yeah, I can't handle the drama anymore. Even watching television, Stony, Um, I'm finding there's certain types of I used to love watching horror movies. Hellraiser, you betcha. I have no interest in that kind of stuff now. And Game of Thrones, I fast forward through the fight scenes because I can't handle that anymore. I've gotten real sensitive to violence, even scripted violence, choreographed violence. It kind of interesting. It's like I told Jane this morning, I know you want to grow your channel, but I like the smaller channels because it's more intimate than the large channels. Exactly. And you don't have you want to answer someone in the chat, and by the time you get it typed out, it's gone by 10 minutes ago. It's just because, like, you go into Linda G's chat, okay? Pew, 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 it goes so fast. I did. I do have a little sneaky thing for you. You know those weird trolls we're getting lately with the Russian alphabet for names that are like 3 letters dot 2 letters? They take you to, I don't know. I've never tried going to one. Anyway, I found out that if you report those as spam, they're removed immediately from your chat. YouTube takes them out, and you don't have to be a moderator to report them. So, just a warning to you guys that are moderators on other channels. If I'm lurking and you see one of those and all of a sudden they're gone, hi, I did it. It was me. I have no patience for trolls. None. It's like, don't let the door split you where the good yeah, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Always do that in the reverse. Yeah, the Russian bot. Well, they're kind of bots. The bots are the ones that come in and like give you six all at once. And then as soon as you knock them out, they're with six more in another name. These is just one. And it's just a little tiny. And they're really weird, Stony. And all of this tarot community, we've all been getting those. But it's really nice now because you can set the settings so that people have to be subscribers to participate in the chat. And you get to set how long they can be subscribers. It's from 5 minutes to 5 years if you want. So that makes a big difference. Helps a lot. That way you don't have to make everybody, all your regulars, be moderators. And then oh, and see, and I'm doing this in StreamYard. So I'm actually, normally I have my phone here so that I can also monitor in YouTube in case I need to make somebody a moderator. But we I seldom have troll issues now. Greeter, you're back. It's good to see you. I think they are too. I've never tried. I just have heard people say you don't want to go to one. It's an ad you don't want to look at. So if it's an ad, that means it's spam. It's doesn't belong there, right? So report it. YouTube immediately. I mean, as soon as you hit submit, you'll see boom, boom, they're gone. There's not even where you have deleted them, you've banned them, all that. Whoosh, it's gone. Gone. So at least we have a little more protection. God, I've been reporting people for years. The other day I got an ad for Ted Cruz. 58-minute ad for Ted Cruz's YouTube channel. That's not an advertisement, folks. That's a post. So I complained about it. It's like, that's bullshit. If I've got a YouTube video up and that comes up and people watch that instead of me, you're taking my viewers. That's not okay. Ugh. Oh, greeter, you're always. I will. Yeah. Thank you. I, you moderate for everybody, love. And I'd love to have you for my moderator. And go get. Uh, let's see if I can go into YouTube and not lose you guys. Sorry about that. That didn't work. Yeah, I was gonna go take a look. I'm not used to Chrome. Is my problem. Been a while since I run something that's oriented to Windows, considering I'm on a Mac. But at least I'm on a laptop, not on an iPad. This StreamYard don't likey to talkie to Apple, and Apple don't likey talkie to StreamYard. It's stupid. It'd be different if there was some other alternative. Zoom? Nah. StreamYard is fun. I like StreamYard. Although I've never tried to go live from Zoom, but I gather it's not the easiest in the world. As you can tell, my green screen's not real big. Hey, I'm glad I got one. Oh, I found a really cool background too. It's all mushrooms. Like, you're the little guy down underneath the mushrooms. I'm gonna get that too. I think that will be fun. I think that'll be fun for a background. You know? Good for ceremonies. Actually, I was thinking about putting that up for my headboard on my bed where I have the purple lights hanging up. I do live streams from there too sometimes, which I may actually be doing that tomorrow. Depends on the old macaroni, because I can prop pillows up behind me and I can prop pillows up under my knees and be pretty comfortable live streaming from my bed. Don't have to be shuffling cards, so I don't need a table tomorrow. So, unless we decide we want to do cards, I'm always flexible. I used to be a psych major, and the number one thing I learned out of all the psychology classes I took was to survive in life, you have to be adaptable. You have to be able to adapt to whatever's thrown your way. Otherwise, you get buried. I think it's when we get rigid and fixed and we tell ourselves we can't take it anymore. It was like yesterday morning. I woke up in so much pain. It was like, help me, heal me, universe. I can't take this. An hour later, I'm up making gummies with my back brace on. And my back wasn't hurting. Especially, it didn't hurt at all after the gummies were made. But um, the day before, I was doing good to stand at the microwave to heat up a bowl of beans that I had made the day before. So, and I made it the day before in my Instant Pot because I couldn't stand and, tend it to cook. So, yeah, I hate it when this happens. And I just have to write it out. The other alternative is to go to the ER and get muscle relaxers. Nope. Not right now. No, thank you. That's the last place I'm going to. I'd rather go I'd rather go to the garbage dump and look for help than an emergency room right now. There's too many sick people in the emergency. Well, they told us back in November, and I haven't heard them rescind that yet. That literally, if you are at the point where you cannot breathe, unless you're at the point where you cannot breathe, stay away from the ER. Hospitals are full. They started letting the university hospital started letting unvaccinated nurses come back to work because they're so shorthanded. Gummies, hey, with my back, they of course, when you make 'em, you you spill. Oops. Ooh, I spilled a little more. Might have to taste that. Mm. And the next thing you know, you're going, "Ooh, I think I did some more. I spilled some more, didn't I?" Oh my goodness, by the time I slept so hard last night. I was watching something on the Discovery Channel. I have Discovery Plus on on my cell phone. So I'm laying there, got the pillow is propped up, got the cell phone propped up, so I don't even have to move. Not like lazy, right? And I got a pillow between my knees so that, there's no pressure, keeping that spine straight. And I woke up the same position this morning, and my cell phone was dead. So I had just played and played and played and played all night. Those gummies worked really good. My back didn't hurt. And when I first got up this morning, I got up and I went to the bathroom. I was like, hey, I'm better. No. I need to eat a whole bunch more gummies. Yeah, I love Discovery Plus. There's so many things on there. I pretty much watch that every night. Although I was watching Alaska Alaska Killer Monsters or something like that. And it's like the American monsters on the uh is it the Travel Channel? Where it's the hillbilly guys that all get together and they're looking for the grass man and they're looking for Bigfoot and the something or other hog and the you can tell it's exactly the same writers, same script, doing this same kind of a show in Alaska with hillbilly like guys. And it's like, dude, guys in Alaska are not all what I would classify hill people. So I can't watch that show. It's insulting. I was thinking about getting Paramount Plus. I got rid of Hulu. Still have Disney Plus. I like Disney Plus. I that's how I we've been talking a lot about it on the community lately in the community lately too. But that's how I honor my child, my inner child. I'm a I am a survivor of child sexual abuse. And how I honor my child is when I feel like watching a damn cartoon, I watch it. Last one I watched was Encanto, which is very recent Disney, and it was terrific. Talk about an esoteric movie. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that's how I honor my inner child. That's how I help hug her and keep her safe. Let her know I'm here for her. My adult is here for her and she doesn't need to be afraid anymore. And that's huge. Yeah, I need to watch that too. My problem is the last thing I just binged watched was The Witcher. Ah, you got song stuck in your head from Encanto. Encanto was so good. And that little girl. I've known about 10 little girls like her since I've lived in Tucson. Oh my goodness, with the curly hair, and she doesn't really quite fit in with everybody, but she radiates. She's such a beautiful person. Yeah, it's such a good movie. It really is a good movie. And I was telling my friend who has a 2-year-old that, she should watch it. She'd really like it. And she's like, "Well, in this house right now, it's Elsa." I'm going, "Oh, sorry. Oh, we cannot break the Elsa divide." Frozen. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Encanto is very cute. It's very good. It's really good. It reminds me a lot of I can't remember. I don't know why I can never remember the name of that one, and it's about the Day of the Dead, the celebration of Fiesta de los Muertos, which is one of my favorite. Here, it's a huge holiday. First, we have Halloween one weekend, and then we have Fiesta de los Muertos the next weekend. It's pretty cool. The parade for Fiesta de los Muertos downtown is not unusual to have 250 spectators and participants. All that is required is that you've painted your face. You can walk in the parade. It is an unmotorized parade. They have, puppets like 3 stories high that are manned by 5 or 6 people, and they're all handmade. It's so cool. It's all artists and flame dancers, and it's just so cool. It's like all the street performers all at once are moving down the street. It's just really cool downtown. We have a lot of stuff like that Tucson has, um, that I'm glad to see coming back, like the Gem Show. We didn't have a Gem Show last year, and that scared me because Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Los Angeles have been trying for years and years and years to get our gem show. It's the largest in the world. They want that revenue. You know, it's always been here. It has been here since the 1940s, I believe, something like that. Long time, over 80 years. And it was just a group of rock hounds that started a club called the Tucson Gem and Mineral Association. And then they started having little shows where, oh, like at swap meets and stuff where people could go and go to their table and buy a rock, buy a pretty stone, you know, buy a pretty stone. And now it's the largest in the world, and people come from all over the world for it. It's a pretty fantastic thing to experience, too. I don't have very many. Well, let's see. What do I have down here that I purchased at the gym? This one. This stone, I'm always, this is an amethyst. And I'm always giggle about the top of it. It's a powerful stone too. I have 2 of these that I got at the gem show. Bought them both from the same vendor, and I couldn't decide. I was only gonna buy one, and I couldn't decide between the 2, so I bought them both. Yeah, it came from Africa. So, yeah, I think that's the only thing I got down here that I've gotten at the gem show. I always take other people, and then because it happens the week of my birthday, um more often than not, I don't have any money by the time I can get there, so I haven't bought anything there very often. Um, but in this community, I am thinking, I know of 3 of us that are kinda interested in that live here in Tucson that are in the community. We've been thinking, I think we need to plan during the gem show some kind of a retreat in the Tucson area for people in the Terra Love community or whatever who would like to come here for the gem show. Now it's only open to the public the last week. The rest of the time it's wholesale only. But if you've got a business license Doesn't matter what state you're in. If you've got a business license, you've got a resale business license, you can get into any of the wholesale vendors. And we're talking 25 cents on the dollar for diamonds, registered, legally coded diamonds, not blood diamonds. Oh, I love all those ones you gave me. Oh, what you sent me? Stoney sent me a bunch of. She goes down to where the river and the harbor are, and because she's near the Puget Sound, and she has sent me. Well, this Stoney. Every reading I do, every reading. This is one of the ones she sent me. This quartz. This is how I purify my cards before I start every time with this particular one. And I never did that before until you sent me these. So, cool. Hey, way things are going, if I get enough money one of these days, I was thinking I'd like to start, I need to start a GoFundMe because I want a box truck. I think I pretty much decided I want to get a box truck, like a U-Haul, the small U-Haul truck, and convert it and use that for my van life travels. And I'll be doing this YouTube channel doing that and do like I talked about doing 5 years ago, doing a vlog on the small national parks and also do card readings or whatever, collaborations or whatever, because I'll be living in that. I got some friends that are keeping an eye out for me for a good one. So, and he's a mechanic. That's kind of important when you're going for a used U-Haul. U-Haul and Ryder they kind of better to get a Ryder than a U-Haul. U-Hauls get beat all to hell. People are hard on U-Haul trucks. But because of that, they are maintained or they get swapped out. You don't want your truck broke down with all your shit in it. You know what I mean? Yep. There's a little blue one down here. That's the one. I love it. Oh, and the sunstone. I found an app that is kind of 50-50 good at identifying stones. But this little stone right here, this little blue stone, it intrigues me. I love it. Hey, maybe you'll find a hagstone this year. I can buy them on Amazon. That's not the same. I don't get to go where the rivers are. So, unless I rent a car. Till I get the box truck, then I can camp on the river. But this is a sunstone. It's an agate. And also one that Stony sent me. She sent me a whole bunch of them. And they're all over my table here. I like these little tangerine quartz. This is something I got at the gem show that I would love to get more of these. I want a big one of these. That was a nautilus at one time. But it opalized. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I think this was $3 at the gem show. Oh. That's a Baker Blue agate. Okay, I love it. It's just the shape of that little agate. It just fits in it's like a worry stone, but it's little. So I can nobody knows that I have it if I'm anxious. Okay. I love those. I love those. Well, you can find the blue agates or the hagstones. Hagstones are fun. In case you guys don't know what a hagstone is, it's a rock that another pebble has landed in an indention, and as it goes around in the water, it forms a hole. As it's swirling around, it'll literally drill a hole through the rock beneath it. And so it's like a donut. And sometimes they'll have more than one. Um, they're really cool. It's snowing. I'm sending y'all my sunshine. There's not a cloud in the sky down here right now. It was cloudy earlier and it's blue and windy. It's a beautiful day. Sending it to you. Well, you guys, it's close to 2 hours. I love talking to you, Stony. It's good to talk to you. Good to see you, sweetheart. Um, this is I always love doing live streams. I love reading cards for people and I'm going to be doing more of that. Yeah, I think probably because of barnacles, huh? Because and coral. Hagstones are made out of coral too, you know. So yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. And I'm not and I know that you don't have Florida coral, but you do have cold water corals. I love it. Hey, send me a gooey duck. No, no, no. I've actually eaten gooey duck. It's very good. It's sweet. Kind of reminds me of scallops. But don't no, not a That's one thing I don't want to go digging for. I'll go for razor clams, like in Long Beach, Washington. Oh, and those are top of the season right now. Not unusual. Last time I went to visit my friend in Longview, we went to Long Beach and they did all the clam digging, and I took care of the dogs. But we were allowed 15 clams a person. So 45 clams later, we were going home and stuffing ourselves. We're talking clams, razor clams. Those are the big, long, skinny guys. So good. Yeah, salt water does help with the process because it's kind of abrasive. Yep. Yeah, I saw a really neat one on Amazon and it's all, wrapped and they've got leather going through the hole and all that stuff and beads. And I'm like, I don't really want all that. And it was more expensive than my Moldavite. And the Moldavite was $48 and it's only that big. So I think you'd get in trouble if you tried to send a gooey duck through the postal service alive. At least they're not like an octopus, because the octopus would be out of the box. People don't realize how smart those things are. Oh my God. And they will fit literally through a pinhole. Oh, if their eyeball will fit, if their beak will fit through, their whole body will fit through. Yeah, yeah, gooey ducks. Clams. When we would go for clams, when we went for clams last time, Tim is just he's from Longview, lived there his whole life. So he going after clams is something he's always done. So that's his job. He's cleans them, she cooks them. Oh man, good food, good smoke, good drinks, good clams, lots of garlic bread, and tons of salad. Oh, we just feast. And we used to do that with Dungeness crab too. One time, she and I, she's from Brookings, Oregon. We were playing baseball, softball, keg softball. And we had two kegs that, a keg at home and a keg at, was it second base? And so both those kegs had been tapped. So we had to finish them off, right? So we decided, well, let's go. So and so says he caught a bunch of crab today. Let's go to his place and we'll do the crab feed and finish off the kegs. So everybody's, pitching dimes and quarters and stuff, playing, getting drunk on our butts. This friend and I decided, okay, well, everybody else is getting drunk. We'll go to the pizza parlor and both get salads to go from the salad bar, and you just load them up with all the condiments and salad dressing, no lettuce. Then you go by a grocery store and you buy a head of lettuce, and you can feed 15 people doing that. So that was our big salad, and we bought a couple loaves of bread and did the garlic bread. The fisherman showed up with this gunny sack over his back, and it was just moving. He dumped the gunny sack upside down on the kitchen floor, and the crab, Dungeness crab, were crawling everywhere. She and I ended up cooking the crab too. I don't like cooking live crab. Thank you. They squeal when you throw them in the pot. And it's not them, it's air coming out of their big shell. But it makes a horrible noise. So you think, oh, I'm sorry. That's like me with my mice in my grow. I can't kill those. That's okay. I think I figured out how they were getting in. My front door, the metal threshold at the base of the door, for years, my folks had stuff stuck and I never paid much attention to it. And, underneath there on the edges, they'd stick up like paper towels and newspapers and stuff in there. And I never could figure out what the heck. And my mom said, well, lizards come in that way because we get these little baby lizards in the house. And we just, you find them when you step on them. So I was like, oh, I let go one of those mice that I caught because I catch them in live traps. And then I caught it in my grow room. I let it go out front instead of out back this time. And that little shit beelined it right around, went to my front door, and came right back in the freaking house. I saw how they were getting in. Here comes Katie with the steel wool. And man, I just shoved steel wool in there like crazy. I haven't had mice now for 4 days in the grow room. I've been fighting them. Well, my plant, yeah, I've been fighting them for 6 weeks. I've been fighting these little mice. They're the Arizona pocket mouse. And they're a burrowing mouse. And they're living in my flower pot. Thank God it's a 7-gallon pot. Yes. You had a Suburban dropped into your lap. Oh, yes. A Suburban would be good. Hell, they're doing it. I saw a video today. A woman's living out of her Saturn car. And she's got one of those carry-all things on the top of it that holds. She has a lean-to that goes out off of one side of it, and it makes like a tent off of one side to give her a space so she can stand up, at least. But a Suburban would be really good. Really good for that. I'm still thinking about the clams or gooey duck to the Postal Service. Oh, especially if they got here on a hot day. I bought some chocolate. I bought some mushrooms that come in a chocolate bar. Shrooms that come in a chocolate bar. And it was a little bit too warm, so the chocolate bar melted. So the dosing of the chocolate bar was all screwed up. But yeah, around here you have to pay attention to stuff like that. You do not order chocolate from Amazon in the summertime, and you do not order live plants to be delivered through UPS and those guys in the summertime because they get cooked in the vehicle. It gets so damned hot. I used to buy the little baby rose bushes. I had roses all over the place in this yard. My mother loved roses, so I'd buy all different colors. And the little sweetheart ones. And I'd do good till they'd get powdery mildew or aphids. I don't like growing outside. So I worry about powdery mildew and aphids in here. But so far there's no way for the aphids to get in here yet. I didn't think I had mice either. I grew all last year, no problem. No mice, no nothing like that. Oh, a tailless raccoon. Poor thing. Wonder if he's okay. The crow's going nuts. That could be a lot of things. Crows are messengers. A raccoon could be too. It was healed. I bet it had gotten in a trap. That tail. Gosh, they use that tail though. That's their rudder. I posted an Instagram. There's one of the nature somebody, one of those earth ones. A raccoon trying to sleep on a really thin branch, and he kept falling off, and he'd hang on upside down by his feet. Then those posing thumbs. And then he finally got up. Well, Stony Crow, you got crows living there. Isn't that a surprise? Yeah, we have crows here, but when I pay attention, I don't pay attention to crows because they're loud. Um, but if I hear a raven, I pay attention because they aren't here in the valley. They're up in the mountains. And that's usually every time I've heard a raven, it's usually someone in my family has passed away or gotten very sick. So I pay attention when I hear a raven. Now, when I'm in the Pacific Northwest, I don't because they're all over up there. But when there you hear a raven here, you better pay attention. It's like my great horned owls. Stony, I've had owls ever since I've known you. I've had these owls that hang out. They're still here. Someone asked me, well, isn't that supposed to be a bad omen that you have owls hanging out? And I'm like, I have two great horned owls. They're here every other month. I mean, they wake me up. If I'm sleeping with my window open, they're loud. They're right here. They got a rabbit the other night right under my window. I didn't hear the owl, but I heard the rabbit. I had heard the owl. There were two of them sitting in my eucalyptus tree, and they were talking to each other just a few minutes before. And then I heard the squeal of the rabbit, and I was like, oh. The owls were planning their attack on the bunny rabbit. But I have lots of rabbits. I wish they'd eat my mice. Well, you guys, my back's getting tired. It's gummy time, and it's over 2 hours. So Thank you very much. I love you all. Come back tomorrow. We're going to have a discussion. We're going to have party stream to celebrate my birthday. Um, should be fun. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Yeah. And it's payday tomorrow too. I always love it when my birthday's on payday, which is every February since I get Social Security. Oh, thank you. And thanks for coming, Whimsy. It's so good to see you. I haven't talked to you in so long. So very long. Love you guys. Take care. See you tomorrow.